SuperTalk Mississippi Media production.
When addiction takes control, getting help can change everything. Parkwood Behavioral Health System offers compassionate, evidence-based addiction treatment for adults right here in Mississippi. Take the first step today. Visit parkwoodbhs.com. Healing starts here. With limited exceptions, physicians are not employees or agents of this facility.
I'm Steve Azar, and I'm on the other side of the microphone, meaning I'm asking the questions this time, and oh, have mercy for the airwaves. I spent 20 years in Music City, wrote and made some hits, traveled the world, and then moved my family back to the birthplace of American music and where the magnolia trees prosper. And now every time I put my feet on Mississippi soil, when I'm off the road, well, I'm at peace. On this show, it's all about hearing the stories straight from the mouths of the friends I've made along the way, their journey to success. Heck, there might be someone on, I don't even know, but you know how us Mississippi types are. We tend to take well to new company. In a Mississippi Minute, all 60 of them. I'm Steve Azar. It's just like that muddy river, moving slow. Ain't no worries, it's how life goes, baby. In a Mississippi Minute. That's right. Hey folks, time for another In a Mississippi Minute. Very excited about today's guest. I work with him often, and it makes me very happy because one of not only Mississippi's greatest chefs, one of America's greatest chefs, and I'm going to jump into that, but visit Mississippi.org. Something he's doing again, which we're all excited about down here in the Delta, is his Delta Supper Club. He's got a whole new mission behind it, a whole new idea, a whole new thought process, and visit Mississippi.org. That's what it's all about, bringing in folks from all over to celebrate the culinary world of Mississippi, which is really, really special. Let me just get to the official introduction. We were talking to a pal of mine. He's now stranded. Last time he was stranded on an island. Now he's stranded in Chicago airport. Not stranded, hopefully. Hopefully he'll get back to us. Named King of the American Seafood in 2013. He competed on a season 2. That season, the Food Network's Cutthroat Kitchen. It's been a while. He's been a staple on the culinary staff for the Southern Foodways Symposium since 2008. He's a celebrity chef for Holland American Cruise Line, the culinary instructor of Mississippi Delta Community College, which is incredible down here. He's teaching all the new chefs exactly what to do and how to do it and how to cook up delicious food. Executive chef for both Six Shooter Land and Timber and Merrimack Farms, 2 top flight hunting camps, I can tell you. He's also taken over the food for the big night at our Delta Souls Foundation charity event every year. We can never go back. Once you've had the cream of the crop, you have to stick with my man. And also my Steve Azar's Mississippi. He's the man behind the math, making sure that front house, back house, all the food, when the prices are going up, that somehow he keeps it where we can keep putting on this fantastic show for folks from all around the world. We collaborated on my I Don't Have to Be Me Till Monday Bloody Mary mix. I'm really grateful for him. He is the taste behind the taste. And without further ado, from a Chicago airport heading home to the Delta Supper Club founder, my pal, Chef David Cruz.
Good morning. We got to figure out how to streamline that introduction.
It's a little messy.
Just a little bit. I got to shrink it.
No. That's where we don't want. This has nothing to do with cost. Nothing to do with cost. You deserve a lot longer. You should have seen it. It was actually about 3 more paragraphs, but I know you were getting antsy, and I appreciate you. How's Chicago?
Oh, it's beautiful. We walked 50,000 steps in 2 days.
You know, Gwen was talking to me about the steps the other day, and she said that the 10,000 step thing was actually something that somebody just said, that there's no medical facts behind exactly 10,000 steps. So you doing 50,000, I'm sure that's probably medically a wonderful thing.
Oh yeah, it's fantastic. But you know, in my older age, everything hurts today. Everything.
Don't talk to me about your older age. I don't want to hear about that. But everything does hurt. You know, Chicago, did you guys check a Cubs or White Sox game out?
We did not. We just kind of did the tourist thing. It was just a quick getaway for our anniversary. So just kind of went and did the tourist walk everywhere. Went kayaking yesterday. So I mean, it was super fun.
Wait. Kayaking where? On Lake Michigan?
No, in the Chicago River.
Now, who leaves Mississippi, the Delta, to go kayaking in Chicago?
It was pretty fun. I'm not going to lie.
Wow, that's interesting. Hey, so when you go to Chicago, and obviously one of America's known best food towns,
Right.
Are you into the Michelin star thing or into the restaurants that maybe have friends there? I mean, what's the culinary definition for Chef David Cruz that has to meet your standards?
Well, I'll be real honest. Every time I go to a place like Chicago, I look for something I cannot get in Mississippi. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
I don't look at necessarily, is it a Michelin restaurant or is it a James Beard Award? But is it truly a cultural experience? Like the best bite that we had, the best food that we had was a restaurant called Planta. That was 100% plant based. There was not an animal byproduct in the entire thing. I wanted to try it just for fun.
Yeah.
Oh, but it was epic. It was
but you can't be,
fantastic.
obviously you're not from Bull, Mississippi. There's no way. There's no way. Saying what you just said. That's so funny. I do know it's the last thing I'd expect to hear.
Well, it was the last thing I expected too. But when we walked in, I mean, it was just like from beginning to end, every single bite that we had was fantastic.
You know, for some reason, your buddy Chef Cecilia, my baby girl, everything that she's been tasked to do at the Michelin star restaurant she was at in New York, was plant-based. It's so funny. And she was able to deliver. She, by the way, applied for two, sous chef jobs, got offered the same day and had to make a decision as of this past Monday and took a job in Brooklyn. So she's the new sous chef at a place called Inga's Bar, which has been around for a little while. Yeah.
Love it.
So there you go. All right. Let me, you've been a big mentor of hers. Obviously we've turned to you for every, avenue, every road that she's taken. And what a difference that's made for her whenever we're going through a little bit of a challenge, you know, when you're wondering, it's a different world from my world. I just go, what are you doing? Call Chef David Cruz. And that's what she calls you. And we feel a lot better. We appreciate all the wisdom that you've granted her so far at her young culinary career. Let's talk about the Delta Supper Club. And I want to spend a lot of time about this. Let's talk about its origin and now how it's evolved, the break that you took, and then the new mission that's wrapped around it.
Yeah. So kind of the fun side of it, 2014 or 15, I was doing a bunch of traveling. And basically we wanted to show people the Mississippi Delta that we know and love. Because of the fact the state of Mississippi gets a bad rap, the Delta really gets a bad rap. So we started thinking about how we can, you know, share our love of the Delta and share our love of Mississippi. Stuart Robinson, originally out of Jackson, was living in Oxford, I do believe at the time, and Kimmy Hargrove that was in Greenwood. We all got together, and founded the Delta Supper Club with the concept of bringing a chef from outside of our area in and then showing them our Delta, but also experiencing their culture. It was one of those leap of faith type things. It worked on paper. It made sense in our minds. But we never knew how it was actually going to be taken by the local people and by the chefs coming in. Kind of fast forward about 4 or 5 years, we ended up with 600 members in 14 states and 2 countries.
Wow.
So we had people from everywhere. And, you know, like a lot of places, COVID hit in 2020 and 2019 and 2021. And it shut us down. I mean, we couldn't host our events. People couldn't get together. It just kind of was almost impossible to bounce back. We could never, I like to say we could never recapture that fire that we once had. And so we ended up taking a break. And then, late 2025, sitting in a church service, the preacher preached on Matthew 25:35 twice in a row. And it was one of those things in which I was hungry and you gave me something to eat. I was thirsty and you gave me something to drink. I was a stranger. You invited me in. And I was sitting there thinking, man, that's Supper Club. That's 100% what we do. We're sharing food. We're sharing drinks. We're bringing in people that we don't know. I always tell your story of, you know everybody in the Delta like me, but the first event you came through, you stood up and you said, I don't know any of these people.
Didn't know anybody. Nobody. No, in the Clarksdale. It was the greatest one ever. You were cooking on concrete. I didn't know the details behind y'all's kitchen situation. All I know is I'll walk by y'all, your backup, and that's where you got the reputation. Give David Cruz a really nice knife and some hot concrete, and you can eat the greatest meal you ever had. That's it.
I love it.
I love it. And I did. That meal was insane. I felt like I was there was a video many years ago, I always bring this up, on In Excess, and they were, I think it was the one thing, and they were eating at this long table, and everybody was dressed in this certain way. I just looked around me, and I grew up going every weekend to Clarksdale to see my grandparents, and there was nobody, not one person in that whole building that was from Clarksdale, Mississippi, I can tell you. And that's what Visit Mississippi is all about. Go to visitmississippi.org. I'm Steve Azar with the great chef David Cruz from Chicago. We'll be right back. He's not from Chicago. He's from Mississippi, but he's in Chicago.
There's a ton of content from SuperTalk Mississippi on our new YouTube channel. Just search SuperTalk Mississippi on YouTube or go to supertalk.fm/YouTube. Be sure and subscribe for free to get the latest scoop on what's happening in Mississippi news, politics, sports, and the good things happening here in the state.
Your next customer is searching online right now. Will they find you or your competitor? If your website is outdated, slow, or hard to use on a phone, you could be losing business every day. SuperTalk Mississippi Media builds sharp, mobile-friendly websites that look great and work even better, and they're more affordable than you might think. We can drive customers to your new website with powerful radio commercials and targeted digital ads on Facebook, Google, TikTok, Hulu, and more. Call SuperTalk Mississippi Media at 601-991-2305 or visit stmmdigital.com.
Hello.
We're all alone in the river and I don't know where.
Rocking to a Mississippi Minute with Chef David Cruz. I've got him laughing, which is, that's the usual thing. That's my job as the entertainer that I am. Get the great chef laughing. Visit Mississippi.org, celebrating the Delta Supper Club. You have got to check it out. It is, to me, one of Mississippi's greatest evenings, dinners. He brings in a chef from somewhere else, and all of a sudden there's people coming from somewhere else. And visit Mississippi.org. That's what we stand for. I mean, Rochelle and the team over there love it when Chef David Cruz puts on these events. He's back in action. There's a mission attached to it now. There's not only are you feeding all of us that have to buy a membership and to even get a ticket, because the tickets go in 2 seconds, but tell everybody about the after.
Yeah. So when we started the relaunch, we actually ended up relaunching as a nonprofit organization with the goal of feeding our community. So the memberships and the dinners actually pay for us to host community meals and feed our community. All the money that we raise throughout the South and through our dinners will directly go back into the Mississippi Delta and help people through food. The first thing that we're do is after each one of our events, so we have one July 17th, and it'll be in the big city of Bull, Mississippi. At events, and then we up and do a free community lunch that next day for everybody. The goal being is that, and this is a lofty goal, we're going to try to feed 500 people the Saturday after.
500 people. So how are those folks going to?
Driven.
How do you get those folks to even know about it?
So and that's what we're going to do, a social media campaign starting, and then we're going to reach out to local organizations, reach out to churches, reach out to community people. And the thing about it is we want to stay in the same community that we're in for the day. Sure. Does that make sense? So when we hit Greenville, Friday night we'll be in Greenville, and then Saturday we'll be somewhere in Greenville too, because we are wanting to spread the love throughout the entire Delta.
It's amazing, David. It's amazing. Cole, how can folks find out more about the Delta Supper Club?
Yeah, so super easy. Either go to social media. We have a great social media presence. And we also have a website, which is just deltasupperclub.com. We just renovated. I guess renovated is the word. We just redesigned it. It has all of our past chefs. It has what we were. It has the M2535, which is our new project,
right.
which is giving back into the community. So yeah, please check it out. It's awesome.
What is it about you guys, you chefs? You know, we see Jamie Oliver, I see you, I see, and I'm gonna back up a little bit, because when I come calling, you know that you're not going to make any money. You go, well, so I'm going to cook for Steve and his friends. No, you've been very generous with your time. We've auctioned you off more times than we can talk about. The Grammy Museum auctions you off more times than we could talk about. You and me still have a meal we have to, do. In the music world, that happens a great deal. But when I moved home and I saw all this happening with you, I realized that there's a lot of similarities. Just the act of giving between entertainers of all time. But what is it about the culinary world that sees the need to feed, like to help?
Yeah. Well, the fun side of it is food is the universal thing that brings everybody together. It gets rid of race. It gets rid of socioeconomics. It just brings everybody together. I always used to joke especially in the South, if you can think of a gathering of any sort, if you want people to be there, you feed them.
Yeah.
And so being a chef and having the ability to do that, having that skill, it's kind of like you singing. It just comes natural to me, and it's not it's not work. It's more of truly just giving back.
I saw a picture of you and MB. Happy anniversary, by the way. I know that's why y'all are together. And I saw you such a young David Cruz. At what point did the young David Cruz decide that this was going to be his life's work?
Oh, so I started cooking in 1996 at Airport Grocery in Cleveland, when it was still at Cleveland Airport.
Yeah, out there on Highway 8.
And talking to Celia all the time, when I went through and started wanting to be a chef, there was no Food Network. There was no glamorization of chefs. I didn't know a single chef, other than, if you had a satellite. You might see the Galloping Gourmet or something like that. But I mean, the days of the Food Network really have brought culinary into the forefront and made it, I hate to say easier to be a career, but more visible to be a career choice.
It definitely made it more rock and roll and glamorous, because when I was on the bus those years, the late 90s, so you're talking about all of this time. Well, no, it was probably more like 2000 when the Food Network, 2001. So the Food Network was exploding. Everybody looked like rock stars to me because you guys were so free to expound on food and do your own signature to it. So it was like listening to music be reborn. Like it was like the discovery of rock and roll, Elvis all over again, right?
Yep. I agree.
And that world to me was just so important to me. Gwen and I used to talk. I'd be gone for 7, 8 days, 10 days, 20 days. And everything that we did when we came back was centered around, okay, what are our meals going to be?
Yeah.
And this and that. And then also, David, we learned that over time, looking back in the rearview mirror, that the time we actually had to talk to our kids about what was going on was not when we were eating, was when we were cooking.
Right.
So the preparation is the most exciting thing. So you fall in love with this. Was there ever a plan B after you were in?
Well, jokingly, I enrolled in Delta State in banking. Not knowing, knowing I wanted to cook. I was at KC's at the time, which KC's was the first AAA 4-diamond restaurant in the state of Mississippi. So I got to see the culinary side from the fine dining, the super nice side of it. And I can remember being in college for about a year and saying, man, I can't see myself sitting at a desk, just working at a desk all day. I knew it was going to drive me insane. And that was kind of when I made the jump and decided to go to culinary school, and make it a career, because, it's one of those ones where when I'm cooking, it's not work to me. It's kind of like you singing. It's not work. It's fun.
All the other work part is the part that you have to do to get to the point where you're in the kitchen and I'm on stage. Those times when you're on there, it's the most normal, natural, beautiful, grateful thing that we can ever do. I watch how excited you are, but I also watch the prep work that it takes. And it's really interesting that you don't freak out. I mean, like I've thrown a lot of curveballs at you, like that were impossible to me to see. Now the banking side of you, I get because you are a math crazy minded human being. And, I've come to you a lot of times and go like, we got to cut the budget. It's never like, you got more money ever.
I'm waiting on that day though.
Yeah. It's going to happen. It's going to happen. What was the movie? Me and you were golfers, Caddyshack. On your deathbed, you will receive total consciousness. Right?
Exactly. That's exactly when it's going to happen.
Exactly. Yeah. Don't count on it any time before.
Yeah, I'm not.
I don't know what it is about everybody. They expect us artist types to be able to do things for, a little less than, we're the ones you come to. And go, hey, by the way, there's no, we're putting on a food and music extravaganza, but there's really no money for the musicians and the chefs.
For either. Yeah, exactly.
That's the way it always is.
That's always.
We're suckers because we're very passionate about what we do. And, and you can always go back in your life and look back and go, man, just, when you say, I do this for free. Well, at some point you can't do it for free, but at the same time, we still love it like we would. Let's take a break. Visit Mississippi.org, celebrating the Delta Supper Club. Go to deltasupperclub.com. You can go on Instagram and follow everything Chef David Cruz is doing. He is salt of the earth, treasure of a chef in Mississippi. I'm Steve Azar. You're on Super Talk. We'll be right back. $20,000 available for first-time home buyers. Hey folks, Steve Azar here. Helping is the heart of our friends at Guarantee Bank. They offer programs like the Home Buyer Equity Leverage Partnership Grant that can assist qualified first-time home buyers with up to $20,000 towards down payment and provide home ownership counseling to empower you on your journey. These funds are first come, first served. Learn more about this program and to apply now, go to gbtonline.com. Guarantee Bank, member FDIC.
There's a ton of content from SuperTalk Mississippi on our new YouTube channel. Just search SuperTalk Mississippi on YouTube or go to supertalk.fm/YouTube. Be sure and subscribe for free to get the latest scoop on what's happening in Mississippi news, politics, sports, and the good things happening here in the state.
Your next customer is searching online right now. Will they find you or your competitor? If your website is outdated, slow, or hard to use on a phone, you could be losing business every day. SuperTalk Mississippi Media builds sharp, mobile-friendly websites that look great and work even better, and they're more affordable than you might think. We can drive customers to your new website with powerful radio commercials and targeted digital ads on Facebook, Google, TikTok, Hulu, and more. Call SuperTalk Mississippi Media at 601-991-2305 or visit stmmdigital.com.
Listen in a Mississippi Minute with Steve Azar, right here on Super Talk Mississippi.
Rolling into a Mississippi Minute. My pal, Chef David Cruz, Mississippi Delta native, Mississippi Delta icon, Mississippi Delta, you name it. Visit Mississippi.org is just on fire right now with everything they're doing there in Jackson and Rochelle and the team. And I can tell you that they are smiling big time that Chef David Cruz has relaunched Delta Supper Club. Go to deltasupperclub.com and join the team, join the mission. It's incredible. Not only do people come from all over the planet, and I mean, I'm telling you, some of them from out of space, because some people look like they weren't even from here. The last number I think I've been to 3 now.
I think you've been to 3.
Yeah, but the bottom line is a 4th is coming up July 17th. You cannot get tickets for this on the 17th. It's sold out. But if you join, there's a window where you can get tickets. Or if you are a big enough sponsor, understand that you got a better you'll get your tickets for sure, but here's the deal. He's feeding the community after. People that don't get to experience such incredible food as from the mind and heart and soul from Chef David Cruz and his friends that he brings in, one big chef each time to team up. And man, it's a tag team. If you thought of the greatest wrestling tag teams in the world, they couldn't touch these two. Who's your guest this time? Chef who?
Yeah, so I'm super excited. It's Chef Jim Smith. He's out of, I think, Mobile, Alabama. Jim's got a unbelievable backstory. Top Chef Bravo twice. Was named King of American Seafood, I think, in 2011. He's got a restaurant in, I do believe, Mobile right now called the Hummingbird Way, that is all seafood centric. And he's going to come to our first one. So, we're working on menu. We were actually texting back and forth this morning about the menu. So, I'm getting pumped.
I love it. So we don't know the menu yet. You're not going to give me any hints.
That's the fun of Delta Supper Club is you don't know the menu until you get there.
I mean, that's what I'm talking about right here. You're just, first of all, I don't appreciate it. Second of all,
I know you don't.
I know. I mean, I'd like to know the menu. I get when we talk menu, except when we're talking Delta Soul's big night menu. I don't get excited because, you know why? Because I never see it.
Right. Other than the corn dogs.
The corn dogs, and I'm very excited about the corn dogs at night. I mean, everybody out there, you can't tell me after you've had a hard night's work and you've had a great party and you've done all this stuff, what would you rather have than a corn dog with mustard? Nothing. Actually, 4 corn dogs with mustard.
4.
That's my only meal. I love it. You guys brought me a big old styrofoam tray, and I opened it up, and it was like glory. 4 corn dogs, mustard. Gwen didn't. Oh, wait. This year we didn't have mustard, which I think y'all did on purpose because last year Gwen wiped the mustard all over my white jacket.
On the white jacket.
Yeah, I'm throwing her under the bus right now. You know what she said? You've worn that jacket too much.
That's true.
And I haven't worn it since, so I had to buy a new one. She was, "Where'd you get that one?" I said, "Well, I bought a new white jacket. It's part of the deal. It's coming out of your pay." I told her.
Yes,
she got docked. So I want to ask you something about food costs.
Yeah.
Okay. As the world is quite changing economically, and food prices go up and they're soaring, and you're tasked with the almost impossible job of keeping prices down but quality up.
Correct.
How do you do that? What goes on in your mind?
Well, the thing about it is you never cut quality. I mean, that's the biggest problem that restaurants and restaurateurs make is they want to cut quality. Quantity is where you cut. And I know that sounds weird, but it's when you cut quality, you're going to lose everything. As opposed to, I hate to say this, as opposed to a steak being 25 ounces, you just make it 23 ounces. So
eliminate some of the fat.
Yeah, exactly. Well, you have to think of it as that way, because when you start cutting quality, that's when everything goes wrong.
All right, when you're talking quality, where do you shop for all that stuff? I mean, where do you find it? Unless you catch it or kill it or grow it.
That happens.
Right.
All of those happen. But the thing about it is the days of using one source, this is where I'm getting this product are done. You have to shop around. You have to look at your local provider. You have to look at, having stuff shipped in. You have to look at, and even you and I talked about this, if you're in the restaurant world, co-branding, trying to get every little discount that you can. But for sure, the culinary world has been hit probably some of the hardest with food costs because it's continuing to go up and it will continue to go up. So everything's going to get more expensive.
I don't know if people are going to be able to afford to go eat. It's just crazy. It's like even fast food, the prices of fast food. I mean, if you really pay attention to it, it's crazy. It's nuts what we're spending for a hamburger and French fries and a Coke, or Diet Coke or whatever. I've noticed that, and I'm going like, well, I'm still going to do it because we got to do it because we like it.
Because we're going to eat.
When we're going to eat, especially if there's a Whataburger around. I'm all in. By the way, I've noticed something about Whataburger.
What's that?
And I love salt, but the burgers are very salty.
Oh, wow.
And it's the first thing that well, it's not the first thing I taste. I'm a fan, but I do notice the salt, and I love that. So it's next time you have Whataburger, just think about it in that term, and you get that, and it's perfect. It's like the perfect amount. But I get the hint of that. I'm more of a pepper guy. Or what's your favorite spice?
I'm a salt guy.
You're a salt guy.
100%. Yeah. Well, salt doesn't change the flavor of anything; it enhances it.
Sure. Why is that?
Something way above my medical pay grade.
I really, I know it's not above your medical pay grade. The fact that you really upset me when you told me that my Skittles, and my jelly bellies and my Juju fruits and all the things that I like so much that if I shut my nose down and close my nose, then they all taste the same. And I said, no, there's no way. And that you were right, and I'm not really happy about it.
Well, salty, sweet, sour, bitter are the only things you can taste. Everything else you smell.
Say it one more time. Salty,
sweet, sour, bitter are the only things you can taste. Everything else is smell.
Folks out there right now, the ones that are not going to agree with you are going to go, you're crazy. I'll bet the farm. I have lost the farm.
Yes,
lost the farm. I'm telling you, I lost the Zappone's farm because I bet it. Tim, sorry about if you're listening out there. The Fertizzi farm, I lost it. I lost all of y'all's farms because I bet it all that David Cruz had no idea what he was talking to. And I remember we were talking about other things, but that was like, it was so loud when you said it. I was like, shut up. There's no way. There's no way. But you were right. I mean, why would I argue with the chef of your quality and stature?
I love it.
But I tried. I'll try to argue with you anytime. So when you were making your way, go back to KC's for a second. You brought that up.
Right.
Obviously, that was off the charts. I was in Nashville at the time, and I'm going like the KC's that I went when Delta State, when I was there, it wasn't that anymore. It was the Suns that had it, right?
Correct.
And what were you doing? And like what were you cooking on the line? What was the job description back in that time?
A little bit of everything. I had been at airport grocery for about 2.5 years. And I wanted to see what I hate to use the word fancy, but what a fancy restaurant was all about. So I got the opportunity. I applied to work over at KC's. And my job was kind of being a commis, which basically means I did prep. I worked on the line. I just kind of did a little bit of everything from the cooking side, mostly prep and mostly, the fry station or something like that. But the biggest thing for me was getting to see a true professional kitchen, if that makes any sense, with a hierarchy system, as opposed to just having a fry cook, a grill cook, and somebody on saute. You got to see actually how the professional culinary side of it works. And I actually, kind of funny segue here, I had a discussion with somebody a couple of days ago about somebody was wanting to learn how to cook. And my comment to them was, cooking is what you do for fun with your friends. Culinary is what you do for a business.
Yeah.
So
nice.
understanding the math, understanding the science, understanding how you can have that one recipe. So that's the real side of culinary.
Visit Mississippi.org. Let's take a quick break. We got a short segment left, and David Cruz has to get on a plane to Chicago and come back to the Mississippi Delta. Don't go nowhere. I'm Steve Azar with the wonderful Chef David Cruz.
Around here, what I say goes. Out here, what I say goes. 'Cause I'm the coach. I'm the coach.
Up to $20,000 available for first-time home buyers. Hey folks, Steve Azar here. Helping is the heart of our friends at Guarantee Bank. They offer programs like the Home Buyer Equity Leverage Partnership Grant that can assist qualified first-time home buyers with up to $20,000 towards down payment and provide home ownership counseling to empower you on your journey. These funds are first come, first served. Learn more about this program and to apply now, go to gbtonline.com. Guarantee Bank, member FDIC.
Your next customer is searching online right now. Will they find you or your competitor? If your website is outdated, slow, or hard to use on a phone, you could be losing business every day. SuperTalk Mississippi Media builds sharp, mobile-friendly websites that look great and work even better, and they're more affordable than you might think. We can drive customers to your new website with powerful radio commercials and targeted digital ads on Facebook, Google, TikTok, Hulu, and more. Call SuperTalk Mississippi Media at 601-991-2305 or visit stmmdigital.com.
There's a ton of content from SuperTalk Mississippi on our new YouTube channel. Just search SuperTalk Mississippi on YouTube or go to supertalk.fm/YouTube. Be sure and subscribe for free to get the latest scoop on what's happening in Mississippi news, politics, sports, and the good things happening here in the state.
Discover Jackson's best.
When I was 16, I knew everything. Opportunity grew on trees. I'd taste them, waste them, do it all again. 10 feet tall, invincible.
We got a short segment left, and David Cruz is going to have a short flight home, get home safely. Him and his wife, MB, celebrating their what anniversary, David?
23.
23. Michael Jordan. And you went to Chicago in honor of Michael
And we
Jordan.
went to Chicago. Absolutely.
There you go. There you go. Visit Mississippi.org. If you're in Chicago, come visit us down here. There is a direct musical lineage from Greenville, Mississippi, Cleveland, Mississippi, Clarksdale, Mississippi, you name Mississippi, hills of Mississippi. The blues world changed because they all left and went to Chicago. Not all. They didn't all leave, but the ones that did, have changed the world there as well. And visit Mississippi.org celebrates our music world. Today we're talking food world. We've got a lot of Michelin mentions now. David, let's talk about that for a second. What took Michelin so long? We've been using their tires forever. How about a little bit of love back? What took them so long to come to the South to bring in their whole world of celebrating a Michelin star restaurant? What took so long?
You know, I really think that, for forever Michelin, the guide was all about selling tires. They wanted you to drive a whole bunch so that you would need more tires is where all of this came from. But historically they have stayed out of the South. And then of course
it's the best food in the world. Why would you stay out of the South? You want to get grits in, New York? No,
not at all.
So what?
And I think that's what they're doing. I think it's kind of a renaissance or a reawakening of Southern food. Because even in Chicago, I mean, of course, you made this comment in the last segment, there's a huge Mississippi influence when you come to Chicago. So why aren't we celebrating that as the Michelin? Hey, look, I'm excited they came. I'm excited. A lot of my friends got mentions and bib gourmands and things like that. So, I mean, that's huge for our area.
Yeah.
Huge. When you see somebody pour everything into something, of course, Derek Emerson's one of my best friends. And when he reached out to me, about the concept of opening a barbecue place, right then and there, I was like, this is going to be fantastic. I mean, just knowing Derek and knowing how much emphasis
that's sacred ground.
That's sacred ground. And then, of course, he opened it. And of course, I was lucky enough to be able to go before they opened and try everything. And I'm talking about like it was everything that I wanted it to be, but it's exactly what I expected of him to do for a barbecue restaurant.
Wow. And look at them now. It's just crazy.
Killing it.
Pocahontas, Mississippi.
That's it. And even staying local with Cleveland with Marisol Dole over in Lena. Yeah. You move to Naples. You go to Naples to learn how to make.
No, she's not open. She didn't open anything. She worked. It's like 3 days a week. I'm throwing Rory under the bus right now.
Don't
One of
do
the
that.
great photographers. No, I love them so much, but they're able to focus on the time that they want to bring it. She makes a certain amount of bagels a day. She runs out. She runs out. Right.
Correct.
It's incredible.
But that's how you keep quality. She could make more, but then you lose quality. I mean, I've eaten a lot of cool places, and that's definitely high on my list.
Cleveland, Mississippi. Wild, isn't it? Isn't it? Well, there you go. You've already gotten, you had KC's back in the day, and now you got that. And just the idea that, we're talking Visit Mississippi and the team there and food being, you talked about it, the great unifier.
Right.
And having it in Cleveland is just amazing. Pocahontas as well. I know the guys went there recently and they just came back with their mouths open. And I said, what? They go, you don't understand. And I said, okay, I got it. I know. No, you don't understand.
No, you don't.
And we've eaten all over the world. I mean, like we really have. And food was very important. The only thing is we had an Italian bass player named Tom D'Angelo and an Italian drummer, Piero Luigi Mediani. They're the rhythm guys. I always sort of went after the ethnic guys. Have Rudy Miller now, Spanish blood and all that. There's something about the way they play drums to me that it just gives it an extra little bit of rhythm. They're called ghost notes. They're things that make you move side to side rather than up and down. But anyway, they used to crack me up. We'd be in Utah and Tom and Pietro would be going, yes, you call this a pizza. You kidding me? I said, well, we're in Utah. And by the way, that's Domino's. I mean, like, what do you want me to tell you? I mean, they were also offended by, the fact that, that we're not giving them, New York's finest in Salt Lake City, Utah. It was just so Fargo, North Dakota, or wherever the heck we were. They would always eat it and then eat it all and then complain about it, which was their nature. It's so funny. All right. So Delta Supper Club's July 17th, the first one. How often will you do them?
So we'll do at least 4 a year. Goal being to change with the seasons, have, spring, summer, fall, winter. And then we're also going to try to do some socials throughout, which are just smaller ones. Maybe that we don't bring, a guest chef in. Maybe we use our internal chefs, to do just kind of little fun pop-ups because we want to be able to spread the love, of food, all year long, not just right after our, events.
Always in the Mississippi Delta, right?
Always in the Mississippi Delta. We will not climb a hill.
You got to go to Walls, even see it. You got to go to Walls, Mississippi. There's something when you're coming. Are you flying into Memphis?
Yes.
When you fly into, you're coming down. Is there something so beautiful about when you come down and all the kudzu and you just come down to the flat part of the Mississippi Delta and you go like, does it not feel like home every time?
Home, 100%.
Yeah. Well, you get yourself home safe. Chef David Cruz is my guest today. Dave, I love you, pal.
Love you too, brother.
Visit Mississippi.org. Celebrate the culinary world. DeltaSupperClub.com. Check it out right now. Become a part of his mission. The great Chef David Cruz. We'll see y'all later. Happy anniversary, pal.
Thank you, brother.
I'm Steve Azar. In a Mississippi Minute, all 60 of them, where you can take your sweet time.
A SuperTalk Mississippi Media production.